Hi, family. Today we're going to talk about something I do with my children. We introduced this about 6 months ago, and it's been working really great for us. So every once a week, we have a family meeting. So they get to choose which days they'd like the family meeting to be. We don't stick to a specific day. So the past 2 weeks, we've been doing it on a Tuesday. Before that, we would do it on a Sunday, depending. They would just give a random date. So I allow them to select the days. And when we don't get to host the meetings for whatever reason, then I tell them in advance that tomorrow we may not be able to have a meeting, then we choose another day. So we talk about all kinds of issues. I ask them to decide or to come up with ideas on what they'd like us to talk about. I don't even give them a guideline of what they should talk about. They are free. So we talk about anything. It could be an experience they had specifically, maybe individually or collectively. It could be an experience they'd like to have, maybe to go somewhere, to visit someone. So this recent one, we talked about talents. So they said they want to talk about their talents. And when somebody gives an idea, a proposal on what we should talk about, then they check with the rest. Is it okay if we talked about talents? Is it okay if we talked about this and that? And in most cases, we are usually in agreement. So my daughter says, my firstborn daughter says, she loves working. She loves doing household chores, which is true. Actually seems to enjoy taking care of the home, be it doing dishes, washing clothes, cleaning the floor, arranging clothes, her siblings' clothes, and identifying an outfit they're going to wear after bathing. Could be anything. Name does it with so much passion, so much enthusiasm. I don't even think at that age, she's 11, I even had, you know, uh, an idea of how some of these things should be done. Well, I would try, of course, but I don't think I did it with as much passion as she does. She seems to actually love it, and it's not anything I've pushed her about. She just started one day. She's like, "Can I try doing dishes? Can I try doing this?" Of course, I teach them responsibility. I teach them how to be self-reliant. How to be independent. But then I'm glad that it's gone flowing for her like that. So she said. Um, Back to her talent. She considers that a talent or a gift. Um, Maybe it may sound like she's over functioning sometimes, but she said she likes to do that because she thinks it makes her siblings feel good and it also makes her feel responsible. Profound. I loved it so much. And I feel like she understands what she means by saying that because the way she does it is actually just as she expressed herself on that day. So I said, and besides that, what else do you feel like you like, or what else do you feel is your talent? And then she said, I think I love cooking. I want to be a cook. And I think I also like to style. I like the way I'm able to pick clothes for my siblings and also the way I like to play around with clothes. And that's very true, actually, because even when we get to visit Mawono's Blossom, my brand, they are usually all over the place. But my daughter, my firstborn daughter specifically, will go straight to the clothes and, want to try them on, the accessories, and take pictures and just have fun with it. So it was so interesting. It was an interesting topic for us to discuss. And then, of course, my second born son, who is nonverbal autistic, won't contribute. He won't say anything. But then they're there deciding for him or suggesting based on how well they know him. And I know they know him very well. So he's hands-on when it comes to, building stuff and putting blocks together. And he's also self-reliant. So you'll find once he's done with his meals, he'll take the uh, utensils to the kitchen. And sometimes he also helps his elder sister to dry dishes once she has washed. Of course, when he goes to wash, he becomes a bit clumsy, but he's also, in a way, very structured on how he handles things. So they said, I think, actually, it's his little brother who said, I think he will be a fixer because he likes to fix things. He likes to handle things in a certain way. And also, I think he would be an actor because of the way he operates when he's doing his activities. There's a way he does it. He couldn't quite explain it, but I could see that he has observed and he feels that way. So of course he checks with his siblings and they're like, yeah, I think he can do that. And then my third born boy, he's like, I want to be an artist. He loves building stuff and creating stuff from anything. Could be Play-Doh, could be blocks, could be all sorts of, things that he can put together and come up with something. And so he's bold about it. He says, I want to be an artist. Yeah. And I know I'm going to be a great artist, which is good. And then he also said he wants to be a firefighter, which is also very interesting. I don't know how being an artist and a firefighter go, but yeah, maybe he wants that to be like a side hustle, so to speak. And then the little one says she wants to be a teacher because she admires how one of her favorite teachers in school handles the rest of the kids. So she said she wants to be a teacher to little babies. I thought that was so sweet because she's 4 and she's already feeling or connecting with a teacher, her favorite teacher, and she's actually seeing herself doing so when she's older. So I feel when we have those family meetings and have those kind of topics, it also helps them to be expressive and to be open about what they want, and also brings confidence because if a child can confidently and comfortably tell you what they'd like to do, at whatever age, it's like it's something they think about, they practice mentally, as they're growing, they're feeling it. And I don't think there's any better way for them to nurture that. Yes, as a parent, I'm there to, guide and direct. But then again, if a child can actually come to you and tell you this is what I want to be, whether they're going to change along the way, maybe decide. And I usually tell them, you don't have to, be fixated on this one thing. In future, you could have different experiences, maybe go to a different part of the world, or meet new friends, or just a different kind setup of socialization. And then you decide, I think I want to do this other than that. I mean, you could still go ahead and do that. Yeah. So I also remember when we were moving to a house we were staying in, as I was saying bye-bye to our neighbors, and my kids had already made such good friends with some of the kids and also some of the neighbors. So one of the ladies that I had not been talking to for so long, just, greetings here and there because she had not lived there for so long, she called me and she was like, could I please take your number? Because I really admire your parenting skills. I'd like to know, how you do this with your children, how you're able to connect so much with your children, because her baby at the time was 8 months old. So she was like, yeah, because my daughter is growing and I know one day, she'll be a big girl and I may not know how, to direct her. So I was so humbled, and I feel based on how my children also relate with other kids and also relate with other adults, I must say I've done a good job.